Today we're making new bee DIYs. Keep watching. I'm Brandy, and this is Making It My Own DIYs. Welcome back. The next will be our Dollar Tree tag duo. This is the biggest project in the video. Going to use ivory chalk paint, a paintbrush, of course, some burlap from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use a vinyl bee sticker, and then 2 of these little signs from the Dollar Tree. They look like tags. On one of these pieces, on one of the tags, I'm going to be cutting out and covering it with the burlap. Protect your fingers. We're going to be touching hot glue. I'm going to put that glue down here and then take my covered fingers and then press it down and hold it in place for a moment to catch. And then on this side, I'm going to add some hot glue, a little bit more on this side. 2 lines works better. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Be here, be part of that 100,000 that I'm working for by Halloween. I would love it if you're enjoying the video to give me a thumbs up so that I know that you like the content, that what I am doing on my channel is something that you enjoy. And always, always, I ask that you comment down below, because we are active in the comments. Not only do I comment, but other sweet, sweet watchers will also comment on your videos if there's any way that they can help you. We have a close, tight-knit community here. We keep the comments clean and safe, and I want you to feel at home. All right, so now we're just going around the back, and we're adding all the pieces down with the hot glue. I'm trying to make my corners kind of neat and folded in so that they look manufactured instead of just slapped together. I'm going to press that down, and then once I give the glue a chance to set, I'll grab my scissors and trim off the excess just to make it a little less bulky, because in the end you'll want to go back over this and add some type of a crafting paper or something to cover up the back, make it nice and neat. Just tucking that corner, rolling it over, pressing it down, and then trimming off the excess again. Then I'm going to go in the top, and this will be our last little piece that we have to add the hot glue to keep this nice and neat. Did y'all see the little bee there? The bee says, "Be happy. Don't worry, be happy." Y'all remember that song? Yes, I remember it. I sure do. All right, now I chose ivory because it's very similar to the shade of white or cream that is in the bee sticker, and I want it to look like it belongs together. But I could have used white because there's white on this fabric. So I have this little loop. It came from Dollar Tree in a little bag. I don't really even know what these things are, but I like to use them for tab sign toppers. They look nice. It gives it a finished look when you put your rope or your twine or your ribbon through the top, but you'll see what I mean. So I'm taking my very tiny sharp detail scissors. I've just cut an X in there and I'm trimming it out. I want that to be open, and at first I think, okay, let's use some antiquing wax on here. So if you want to use antiquing wax, this is what you'll do. Very easy. Dip into it and then just kind of put it all over there. The only place you won't put the antiquing wax is going to be on the bottom part where you'll have glue. Okay, because glue and antiquing wax do not mix. They repel one another and they won't stick. I'm going to take my finger protector and some hot glue and push the ends into the inside, and then you can put this right on top. It's a little bit bigger than the diameter of the hole, but we're going to fix that. Don't worry about that. We're going to fix it. So once it is glued in place and I look at it, I'm thinking, no, let's do black. So I will go back over this entire thing with black, which is what you see me doing here. I think it's called Rich Black. It is a chalk paint. Chalk paint, for those of you who wonder why we always use chalk paint, it dries quickly. It gives a nice full coverage. So a lot of crafters like a mineral or chalk paint for that reason. But you can use acrylics. It just takes a little longer. All right, so here is my bee. I did get my bee from Temu, but you can print yours out yourself if you have, if you have a Cricut or some type of a printing tool. You can do it yourself, or you could even print something off on you know, a colored printer, cut it out and decoupage it. Because now you know how to decoupage, right? We already looked at how to do it with the other project, so you'll know exactly what you're doing. So I'm just going to press this bee onto here with my hands. The paper or the backing looks wrinkly, but it's really not. And I'm pretty sure when I put this down, I should have divided again with the paper, but you know, I didn't do that, and it turned out completely fine. So I am just going to push this down. I have a Mod Podge squeegee, but you use a credit card, you can use your driver's license, whatever you want to use for this. And I am going to begin to take the backing right off of here. So as I'm doing this, I'm not using any type of a weeding tool because maybe you don't have one, but you can buy them at Dollar Tree if you're interested. I'm going to just gently pull and make sure that I am looking under the edge so that I'm not pulling off a leg or any fine details in here. You can see the bee has kind of like a fuzzy looking edge around its body, and I want to leave that there. I don't want to tear any of that off. Now I'm taking that squeegee and going right back over. It is laying nice and flat and thin and beautifully. She is good to go. And I was instructed by several people that the bees, the honeybees, are all female. The ones who protect the queen, they are all female. So the queen has her squad, and I love that. Who better to protect you than your buddies, right? Absolutely love it. So now I want to, you know, of course, age this. You don't have to do this step if you don't want, but I've just got a little bit of my antiquing wax. And by pouncing it, I push that antiquing wax up into the bristles of the brush. And then I am just going to pat a little bit off and then go all around the edges of this board. I'm also going to get in, I think I cut it out in the editing, but kind of around the bee to give a little shadow around that bee as well. And you just do light layers until you get it the color you want. And then I also went around the hole on the top. And I like that. So now I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm just going to start off by making sure that I have those two holes lined up on the top and that my bee antenna are not hidden. I want my bee to show. Then I'll just use some of these little clamps to clamp this in place because I'm going to be lifting up on this part slightly to add glue in there to attach the two pieces together. I'll hold it down for a moment and then grab some weights, and these are just little garden stones, and I'm just going to put those on there, give them a little time to dry. And then I'm going to use this pretty piece of trim. I think this came from Dollar Tree. I am going to double it over onto itself about an inch from the end, glue it onto itself so it makes one continuous circle. And then I am going to let it dry. You can see it's a very tight bond. And then I'll go right through the center, pull it through the back, grab the back, and pull it up on the top. I'll make sure that my ribbon is laying nicely, that it is where it should be. And then if you would like to put a bow on there, you can certainly do it, but I skipped it for this one. It was still kind of spinning when I did this end screen, so I apologize for that. I don't want to make anyone dizzy, but it was still moving a bit. You can iron your burlap, I'm sure, to get the lines out, but it didn't bother me for my project.